defense system now activated. Skynet defense system now activated. Distant star, fly from your
Tony, what the hell is going on?
Skynet is the virus. It's the reason everything's falling apart.
Skynet has become self-aware. In 1 hour, it will initiate a massive attack on its enemy.
What?
Us? Humans.
What they gon' make up? Every time I read about some shit they make up. If I ever saw them like dynamite, then they have a reason to say why they never like them. Ain't no need to seek it. I am content, we dream like content. So unconscious, just me and my conscience. I'm running with the wild things, living to do wild things.
What up, folks? Welcome back to the Source Code. Thank you guys for tuning in. We're going to talk about Madden 25, and we're going to talk about the state of the simulation community, which I think is important. I'm going to try to do one of these every weekend just to, in a sense, create a network which we all can benefit from and bring everybody together to where we can all have dialogue, to where we can all come together and talk about what we would like to see in the future from the Madden franchise. But first, I'm going to break down this Madden play and talk about the AI system and why it's so important to me, and it should be important to you. I'm playing with the Giants here, and you're going to see exactly why the AI system has to create the illusion of difficulty by dumbing down our players. As you can see, LaFell catches this touchdown pass. I'm controlling Prince Amukamura. I believe that's what his name is. I'm sure someone will correct me in the comment section. They love to do that. Watching Steve Smith on this left side, and Webster is defending LaFell. But just like on kick returns, you always get these jerky animations by the defender to, in a sense, slow them down, pretty much create the illusion that they're undecisive in situations where it's clear what their responsibility should be. There's no reason why number 23 shouldn't be guarding LaFell. He's the only one in this area. He's assigned to him man to man. Here's another example, and by the way, I think these Jacksonville helmets look absolutely ridiculous. I'm controlling the Jaguars, and my player, my wide receiver, number 84, he will not jump to make the catch. Now, I know it can be said that it should have been the user that should have taken control of the wide receiver to make this catch, but how many players can I control? I can't control all 11 players at the same time. And why is it that the AI system doesn't have enough intelligence as my teammate to jump for this pass, even if I'm not selected as the wide receiver? I mean, isn't that common sense? I mean, clearly the defender here has enough intelligence to make the interception, but why can't my wide receiver make the reception? This works also against us on defense. We can't control all 11 players on defense. Now on to what I'm going to spend majority of my time on is the state of the simulation community. Which direction are we headed? What are we saying? What's the hot topics? Who's out here losing their minds? More importantly, I'm going to spend the next few minutes showing you where the community is and showing you some of their content, because believe it or not, a lot of these guys out here are very intelligent. They know what they're talking about. It's just that sometimes we have disagreement on preferences. But nonetheless, everyone that I show, I'll put their link in the description. Go check them out. Go subscribe to their channel. Let's all stay connected. It doesn't matter to me if people agrees with me or not. I know that in order for us to move forward, we have to work together. And the sim community needs to grow because we are in the minority. And the casual gamers outnumber us by far. So the more of us that stick together and create a network, the more the sim community will grow. So hopefully you can see something within these clips that you might like, and hopefully you go out and support these guys.
Madden is an incomplete game.
it has been for the last 5 years, or the next generation console. It really has been an incomplete game. I was watching a preseason game and I was getting angry at how many things that could have been put in the Madden this year, or any of the new next generation console with 360 and the PS3. How many things could have happened? I saw a cornerback catch an interception and he ran to the sideline, threw the ball in the air, showing like his personality. I'm thinking like, why don't they do it on there? I'm seeing a running back get ran down by 7 defenders, and when he get tackled, they all slowing down after they tackle him. But on Madden, they just keep running fast after him. They just keep running fast past him, and it looks really weird.
The interaction between Kevin Barlow and the linebacker number 56, Coward, don't know his first name. I honestly don't give a fuck what his first name is. But anyway, here's, just go ahead and watch the interaction between these two. Leave a comment below if you see any morphing in this play, in this interaction, because I honestly don't. This is one of the smoothest interactions I've ever seen in NFL 2K5. There is no morphing whatsoever. Weight and momentum are respected in a sense that Cowart really doesn't have the momentum to put a big hit on Barlow. However, Barlow is not able to easily run him over. I don't know, I just thought it was a really solid play, and an example of how weight and momentum are respected.
It was never about getting heard. It was about getting the demands met. Pause. Now, what I mean by getting the demands met, we were already heard. Before the SIM standard was formed, I was contacted by Ian Cummins on Operation Sports. And even before that, a dude, I think his name is Adam Browski, on Operation Sports, when he went down to Community Day, he told me they had almost all my videos, and not only mine, Ryan Moody versus, they had all their videos. So just using cause and effect, what does that mean? That means if they had mine, they had theirs, right? So if they had theirs, that means that they were getting heard. You understand? Do you see that? We were getting heard. So it's not about getting heard. This has become about recognition. This has become about EA using YouTube commentators as public relation liaisons. This is what it has become. This is what it means. This is what it means to think. We were already heard. So that's game.
Here we go. We got 3 people here. 4 people, really. And only one person really makes a tackle. The other ones are flailing around, not affecting the game, the outcome of the play at all. It's just the one animation. The other guys are just in the way, and they get knocked over. It's not what I'm looking for with real-time physics. I mean, what is this stuff? You know, if you know anything about me, you know that I play a lot of backbreaker, so I'm kind of, you know, on the physics. Like, that's my thing, is physics. I like physics.
I can't be responsible for anybody else in this community, what they did or didn't do. I control my channel, and I work hard to put out the best content I can on the most consistent basis I've seen anyone else do. You're not always going to agree with what you see or hear, but I've always let you respond and be appreciative that you came. The problem is, some of you were willing to agree with me so much, you felt I could speak for you. But later you were unwilling to respect the fact that over time, my views and opinions can change from the interactions I had with 4 game developers. And while I saw a focused progression on my channel that ultimately will allow my criticism to influence positive changes in games, others decided this must have meant I sold out. In turn, they took comments like, "You can get here too," for something beyond face value. And rather than listen to what I said, create alternate meanings, baseless analogies, and fabricated theories for what I must have meant.
As for me, and on my end, I'm going to continue to make the content that's educational, that's entertainment. If I feel that a game is not worth the money, you know, I will tell you. But I'm not going to follow that campaign saying that is the gist of what I do here. I like making breakdowns. I like bringing, you know, that type of content to show people that, you know, that brings education
brings a form of entertainment to the football gaming system on all platforms. Would I like to see fundamentals put in the game? Most definitely. I mean, these new games should be way more advanced than the game that I'm playing now.
Now, communication is merely based on opinions. This is what I think. This is what you think. Since what I think is not what you think, you go with your opinion, I'll go with mine. You see how the community has become unfocused? There is no more focus based on what the actual game represents from a fundamental standpoint. Because the access has been cut off, nobody has a clear-cut way of communicating with each other because there is no standard. Or people just don't want to accept what the standard is based on football desperation.
The YouTube audience can be broken down into the following categories. You have your self-absorbed, self-important, narcissistic teenagers, social degenerate teens. And then you have a subcategory of that same group, which tend to be the ringleaders, that consist of wannabe internet activists, tinfoil hat wearing, self-important conspiracy theorists. They're the ones who proclaim themselves to be these hardcore, quote-unquote, simulation gamers and think they're Malcolm X. Members of these segments of the YouTube population are easily manipulated, easily controlled, predictable in their behavior. They rant and rave in the comment sections or sometimes in the videos themselves. They have tendencies to go on these screeds whining about how other channels or other people don't share their opinions, talking around in circles, and generally accomplishing nothing, and then wondering why no one takes them seriously.
When it comes to getting competition back, and this is what, and before the competition bit, let's also remember, back when the game was terrible, people were sending myself, I received PMs about it. I'm pretty sure if I did, I know Versus, Moody, Brozales, Apex, Sim, and Azura definitely received messages or people commented on vids saying, yo, you guys need to be at EA. Y'all need to be in the studio. Y'all need to be there. I didn't see anybody thumb those comments down. I didn't see anybody, I never seen any of those comments marked as spam or this comment received too many negative votes. I never seen that. But back when the game was terrible and they weren't listening to what we were demanding, we need to be in the studio. But now that they are listening and they are addressing what we're asking them, and what we've been demanding for, and they have us going to the studio now, the community's dead. Yeah, okay, that doesn't make any sense at all whatsoever.
Without unity. And unity doesn't happen if there's egos. Only thing that doesn't change in communities is egos. That's one thing that'll always be there. But in order for things to get better, people have to put their egos to the side for the greater good of everybody, for greater good of change. Do you want change? Do you really want change? Did you go to GameStop and stand outside 12 o'clock midnight for change? Or did you stand out there for something that you've already had in your house?
Links to all these commentators will be in the description. Hopefully you saw or heard something that you liked, and you go out and subscribe to these guys. Let them know that Versus sent you. And at the end of every video, I'm going to read my comments from my previous videos. So let's take a look at the comments from my last video. So here's a comment from Russian Roulette. He says, I've got a few FUs to get out. First to Shakedown 2012, second to Sim F-Ball Critic, And lastly, an extra big FU to MD20 for not carrying through with his third part of Dead Sim Community and attacking Shake. I think he's a scared puppet. Here's a comment from Sidonia. Tron jogging is so bad in this game that it's a joke they call it free run. Every toss play, the running back will stop dead in his tracks to allow defensive pursuit. Wide receivers will do the same thing after a catch and then proceed in slow motion. Sad, sad, sad. I give up. My Pineapple 69. I liked your video about Madden 25, but then I like most of your videos. They are all done well. I'm wondering if you have an ETA on your sliders for NCAA 14. Well, here's the thing, Pineapple. I want to say that I want to wait until next gen because this gen is pretty much over with, and I'm interested to get my hands on the new, quote, human intelligence AI system for the PS4 or Xbox One. M Beeman 11, no Madden this year. I'm keeping my 60. Mark Newman, Let's Go V, good video. I want to say this. Mark Newman is another great commentator. He's just starting out. His link will be in the description also. So shout out to him. 65 Toss Power Trap 58 DT. I agree with you 100%, man. It's the same old stale product as last year with moot updates. I've lost all hope for true improvement, but I'll fight for it till I die. Viva la resistance. Two Men Under. Physics and Skynet in the same sentence? LOL, stop it. Anthony Harris, I've been checking my sub box feverishly every day for this video. Great to see you back, V. Chico Dusty 30. Well put versus I must ask, are you a sim gamer? Well, here's the thing. I'm a little of both, and I think everyone is a little of both. However, I think that if the devs spent majority of their energy on applying football fundamentals and correcting the AI system, both sides will benefit. I think that the game overwhelmingly appeals to the casual gamers, and because more football fundamentals are needed in the game and we see the importance of it, is the reason why majority of our energy is spent on simulation fundamentals. But I think we all care about presentation to some degree. Mr. Mondo 1582, does EA Sports still have the exclusive rights to the NFL next year? I would love to see a different company develop a new game engine for it. Which company would you like to see take over? Actually, to me, it doesn't matter, as long as there is more than one company producing an NFL game. It could be 2K. I'd be just as happy if 2K came out with a football game, as well as Natural Motion. And that goes for any other company that decides to rise up and take on that challenge. If you have any questions for me or you want your comments read, put them in the comment section in this video, and then on my next video, I'll read them and respond to them. I'll try to do this every time I put out a video. But thank you guys for watching. I know it's been a long video. Shout out to the entire community. I don't care, casual gamers, sim gamer, it doesn't matter. Let's all do what we can to make sure that we get the best game possible. And with that being said, I'll see you guys next time.